If you are not yet a member of the Patreon, link is in the description. Please consider becoming a member, as you will have access to many videos you cannot find here on YouTube.
What we gotta react to real quick. Let me show you guys why I even talked about Doechii. That dirty ass, allegedly in my opinion, talked about me allegedly in my opinion. So I'm gonna go that dirty butt. I could see if she was like a Nicki Minaj, like a Cardi B with like hits. It's nothing. Like, dude, this is like so bad. Listen, I'm doubling down, bro. Doechii, you're a horrible musician. You suck at music. That's why you fell off and you're coming at me, a streamer.
Doechii, he's hating. You won Grammys for a reason.
Man, it was a rigged ass Grammy. What the f? You can't name me 3 Doechii songs right now. Besides the one she sampled. 3.
Anxiety.
That's the one she sampled.
Yeah,
so name 3. You can't do it.
Dang it, you popping and talking shit about that sister. I'm gonna what she said in that part.
You know it's coming.
Keep calling her names, bro. I swear to God on Olivia, bro. It's going to come to a place where that's like it's permanent. Can't take that off. AD let you get away with it the first time. He should have f***ed you around and he didn't. And they keep letting you get it off because they want to be cool with you. It's one thing to say, hey man, you know what? That lady ain't said your name, so you assuming it, you finna start calling her out her name. I'm telling you right now, 7th Street Crip, niggas not going for that.
I do want to say I'm rooting for Glasses Malone to get all the Crips together to beat up homeboy. I am, sorry. Because I think that's who she was talking to in the song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
Yikes. So we have beef. Welcome back to another episode of Doechii Got a Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Doechii, back with another episode. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. I've been trying to find time to talk about this beef that's been going on between Doechii and Adin Ross. For those of you that don't know, Doechii is a female rapper that's been in the game for probably about 4 or 5 years now, based out of Florida. And she is currently signed to Top Dog Entertainment, which is the same record label that Kendrick Lamar has been affiliated with for as long as we can remember, right? And Adin Ross is a very popular streamer. Many of you all will know who these people are, but some of you will not. Well, anyways, there's been some ongoing beef that's really ramped up over the past few weeks that's even led to actual Crips and gang members threatening Adin Ross on behalf of Doechii, telling him to leave her alone.
Next step is to call Wack, because you think Wack, that's your man. Wack is not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. That's just not the relationship. He's not. He know I'm going to move on whatever I'm supposed to move on the right way. So he can talk to me and make sense. He's not going to stop me. Nobody on the West, not Wack, not Big U, not Top Dog, nobody is going to stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do because they know I'm doing the right things. So he could say, hey, T, and I don't know, this could get you in trouble. The difference with me and most of the people, I got no reason to, I don't give a fuck. Like even in his thing, he like, you know, I'm just gonna call the police. Police come after crimes, man. So when I slap you up and I do something to you, they coming after. What in the fuck make you think if I'm saying this on this camera, I'm not running? I'll be right there when they show up. I done been to jail for selling drugs, punching on all kind of shit. And I was just fine in there. You think I'm not gonna go to jail proud that I slapped your stupid ass in the face because you keep calling this black lady a bitch on this thing in front of the public? What in the world? I don't give a which one of these people you think you cool with.
And if you listen to Adin Ross, the reason why they're beefing is because he's made some public remarks about her, but she was actually the one that started, according to him. And the reason, by the way, that he believes that she started this beef is because of some lyrics that she shared in one of her songs that he, for whatever reason, thought was in direct response or was a shot at him. The lyrics goes, all that industry plant stuff, whack. I see it on the blogs. I see you in the chats. You suck every rap dude's you know what from the back, whatever that means. But what's the agenda when the it girl black? Y'all can't fathom that I worked this hard. And y'all can't fathom that I earned this chart. Y'all can't stand my vibe because I'm anointed. And all y'all evil ASS, HOES is just annoying. All right. And like I said, Adin Ross took this as a shot because I guess this is something that he's been saying as well. And he started making some inflammatory comments about Doechii. People started to make this about race. A lot of pro-blackity black people have been speaking about her and defending Doechii. And I've seen a lot of you YouTubers defending Doechii, even though she don't need you to defend her, especially after what I share in this video. But just so that you understand and nobody's confused and this doesn't get lost in the sauce, Doechii is an industry plant. That hasn't changed anything. It doesn't matter how much she said that she's not. And I believe I'm going to do a great job of proving that in this video. And one of the biggest reasons that prove to me that she's an industry plant is that she pushes the same progressive nonsense that you have to push in the industry, which is anti-straight or anti-heterosexual propaganda.
Is it close enough? You want to guess one more time? What would be a red flag for me? Bad music taste. Oh, that is a good one. Because that's one for me. That is a good one. Like, but that's not what I put. You don't listen to Michael Jackson. But okay. Okay. This is a huge red flag for me. All right. You know what's so crazy? I was going to say men. I mean, strike one. You're a man. Yeah. And you're heterosexual. Yeah.
I was considered weird, but it's okay because things worked out. But as a kid that identified as an artist, as queer, and as a little monster, Lady Gaga wasn't just a pop star. She was a lifeline. Gaga taught us that it was okay to be our real selves, to try new things, to try anything, to speak out and to create. Gaga was and always is new, fresh, and different. And not only is that okay, but it's ideal. Over the last 2 decades, her music, her art has constantly evolved. From dance floor anthems to pop rock to jazz standards, she has pushed boundaries, including her own, and made all of us feel like we belong.
That clip right there is for all of you that want to go out of your way to defend Doechii. That's how she feel about a lot of us, quote unquote, straight men. She see us as a red flag. But I want to spend this video talking about why it is that I believe that Doechii is an industry plant, and it's very obvious that she's an industry plant. For those of you that don't really fully understand what an industry plant means, it means that a person that is a part of an industry, though it doesn't necessarily have to be the music industry, it means that their career is not organic. It means that it's manufactured. Doesn't mean that the person can't be talented. It doesn't mean that the person can have a skill, but it means that by the powers that be, by more powerful people that's backing them, they have been placed into position, and most times it will be to push certain agendas. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to be a part of the industry. And with Doechii, you see nothing any different. As I said at the beginning of this video, she's originally from Florida. But what a lot of people don't know, and this is public information, you can go and check it out, Doechii actually used to be a YouTuber. So in defense of Doechii, you can find videos across YouTube where she was posting her music for years, but nothing ever popped off for her because it seemed to me that she was trying to grow her music career by posting videos to YouTube, but nothing really was working for her. That is until she posted a song in 2021 called Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, which didn't actually blow up until a year later in 2021. And this is where the weirdness already come in, because one of the first red flags to know if somebody is an industry plant or not is when you look at the quality of their videos or even their audio quality before they were signed or before they were signed. And you'll understand here in a moment why I'm putting this in air quotations. Because if you are somehow, some way involved in what appears to be high budget, extremely professional looking videos when you don't have a budget at all because you're some poor person trying to work their way into the industry, how are you putting out these high budget, high quality music videos? Well, we're going to get that answer specifically from Doechii here in a minute, but this is very similar to Sexy Red. We spoke about Sexy Red in the past 2 or 3 years. Sexy Red is an obvious industry plant. Ice Spice is another industry plant. Lil Nas X is an industry plant. I even have reason to believe that Drake is an industry plant. Yes, I understand that Drake is talented. He's one of the biggest in the game, but that doesn't change much of my point. Sabrina Carpenter. Yes, she was a part of Nickelodeon as well, but she's an industry plant as well. But I digress. Sexy Red is probably the best example here because you can see with Sexy Red, she was putting out videos on YouTube as well. Nothing was really popping for her. Then all of a sudden a video went viral, but it wasn't until after she was signed to this record label. Now, you have to ask yourself, why would a record label sign a person that has no buzz, a person that's not popping, a person that's not popular? Even if you see the potential, it's usually upon the individual, on the artist, on the prospect to make a career for themselves, make a reputation for themselves before the record labels reach out. Same thing with hoops. You may have the potential, but you got to work hard and you got to work your way up before D1 colleges start sending you all these letters and things of that sort, right? Well, it's no different here. Well, it turns out that Doechii would drop the song Yucky Blucky Fruitcake in 2021, and then the song would actually blow up in 2022. But the reason why that's weird is because it would appear that she was already signed and affiliated with TDE by the time that the song blew up, which says to me, communicates to me, that the entire blowing up of this song was inorganic, because she said in interviews that the song actually blew up on TikTok. Now, if you don't know, it's been a very common thing. We've spoken about it many times on this channel over the years. A lot of influencers, this is not just in the music industry or in Hollywood, but this is in politics. We've spoken about this with Donald Trump and political candidates. They literally pay people to push certain music videos. They pay people to push certain agendas, certain narratives. No different in the music industry, right? So I have reason to believe that this Yucky Blucky Fruitcake song by Doechii inorganically blew up due to TDE paying influencers, allegedly, so that it can appear that she had some sort of buzz. And more reason to believe this is because one of the executives actually spoke at an award show about Doechii and confirmed that she was literally signed to TDE not in 2022, which is what public records say, similar to the Sexy Red story. It would appear that she was already signed to TDE well before that point, back in 2021.
When I first signed her in 2021, I was able to see what everybody's seeing in the room right now, just how incredibly talented she is and just how versatile she is. She has such a huge belief in herself and such a huge belief in her vision that it made me believe in her too. I believed in it so much, I convinced my cousin to not move into his brand new apartment and allow Doechii to move in so that she could stay and not go back to Florida. But more importantly, just as I got to know her, I was able to see just what motivated her and just how much she strives and her will to be the best version of herself, not just as an artist, but as a young black woman. It might sound a little cliche when I say this, but you can be the most talented person in the world, and if you don't have the motivation or the right intentions or the work ethic.
Another red flag is that Doechii would, in record timing, win a freaking Grammy for Best Rap Album when most people don't even know her music. Most people didn't even know that she existed. How are you? Well, you can say, well, we already know that there's a lot of white people, a lot of white Jewish people behind the Grammys. They're not really tapped into the culture, so they're giving it to who they know. What does that have to do with her popularity, though? How are you winning Best Rap Album when most rap fans don't know you, let alone listen to your music? That doesn't make any sense. We spoke about this with Tyla, the girl with the Make Me Wet, Make Me Harder. Black China's mom did a great job of breaking down how big of a red flag it is for somebody like Tyla to come into the industry and immediately win a Grammy, and what that communicates to her.
The same thing I just said. Yeah. I just told you that earlier. If I sit here on Street Stars and I'm subliminally just every now and then.
Just every now and then.
Every now and then.
Every now, just.
We got. Okay. Oh. And they'll contact you.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. We got another one on the roster. Let's go.
Is that what Ice Spice was trying to do at the Super Bowl?
It's not a try. She did. And you know what? And I don't care what nobody say, because I'm always right at the end of the day when it comes to this stuff. Every time. She's an industry plant. It's common. You came from nowhere. Your little short... No. Girl. No.
She does seem as... when they
You just came from anywhere. Yeah. And so is the other girl. Give me sweat. Whatever. Make me hot.
Not Tyla. Come on. That sounds like just a little bitty girl who just they wrote some songs for. And damn, not Tyla.
Plants. Give her... watch this. What's this? March. February next year. Cold-Blooded Freak.
Damn.
Turned all the way out. Watch. One song gave you a Grammy, but you got people like Angie Stone that been around since I was 10 years old being a rapper, never got one.
Hey.
How's that possible?
I totally agree. I think the same thing applies to Doechii. Or when you look at her music video for the song called Pacer. In this music video, you can literally hear and see the propaganda that they're pushing. Doechii is literally strapped in this chair with all these things attached to her face and her head, which for those of you that don't know, we've spoken about this as well many times on the channel, is MK Ultra. which is the warping and changing of the controlling the minds of an individual. Kanye West has spoken about MK Ultra. MK Ultra is very popular in Hollywood, very popular with the CIA. And in this music video, in my opinion, I believe that this is Doechii doing what many other artists have done, showing us exactly who they are in their music video, which is a controlled puppet. She is not in control of her career. She is not in control of the things that she pushes out of her music. The record labels are. Not to mention, Doechii is no different. I'm not saying that the woman doesn't have any skill. I'm not saying that she don't have any catchy songs. That's not my point. Because we already know that a lot of these songs are created by the record label themselves, right? They have a sweatshop of individuals that are writing hooks and writing lyrics, and they're coming together to make songs for the artist. So that's not even news. But another sign that you're really no different is not only the progressive nonsense that you pushed that I showed earlier about you saying simply being a man, a heterosexual man, is a red flag. Like, what? But another red flag is you do all the same things that all the other women in the industry do as well. You have to do it. You're half naked. You're always underdressed. You're overly sexual, right? So you're overly sexualized in your music videos, in your interviews. You're pushing the same destructive, sinful, demoralizing, carefree lifestyle that is of the world. Or something else that you notice in the industry is they'll push messages in their music that they don't exactly live by in real life. Beyonce is a great example. She pushed this Miss Independent, I don't need no man, I do what I want, all of these progressive ideology, boss girl, all this, that, and the third. But in real life, she's married with a family. When you look at somebody like a Meg Thee Stallion, she's always in a relationship. Cardi B was married, right? When you look at a lot of the male musicians, right, they push this destructive lifestyle. Akon built an entire career off being a convict, but in real life, that's not who these people are. They just push that onto the masses, while they're probably most likely living a different type of life. Not to mention all of the Freemasonic and in the know occult-like imagery that you push in your music. We've spoken many times on this channel about the one-eye symbolism. We were just most recently speaking about that with Mel Gibson yesterday. Well, Doechii is no different. You can see her in these photos doing the one-eye symbolism over and over and over again, wearing devil horns, just like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, who pushed the barb agenda. These are all the things that we've discussed.
Like, I recognize my shadow self and my demons as something that I work with. Now I kind of tell them what to do, and we're really cool now. Like, if anything, I used to be like really ashamed. Like, why do I even have a dark side? Like, that shouldn't be a thing. It should be not my state 24/7. Then I realized that like my shadow side and my demons can actually help me see myself in a more human way, and I kind of forgave myself and them, and now we work together.
Which I think should be the ultimate red flag in itself. The moment you see an artist doing these sort of photos, participating in these sorts of videos, you should automatically know that they sold out. Even though I would argue, in order to make it to that point, you should already know that they sold out to begin with. You think if Doechii was really any different? You think if Doechii was really a hard worker? You think if Tyler was really a hard worker and they just worked their way to the top? Lil Nas X. This is something I always ask people on this channel. How many talented musicians or artists do you know? How many talented people do you know that can actually sing, that can actually rap? Like, they got bars. They're very good lyricists. They make quality music. They just need that push. They just need that funding. They need that backing. How many people do you know? And by the way, everything that I just said, but they're also positive. They're not as negative. They're not as raunchy. They're not as violent in their music. I think a lot of us know quite a few people in real life. How many of them do you think would actually get a shot at going big, at making it big? And for those of you that are going to say J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, I've already covered the two of them. I think both of them are incredibly talented. I've been open about the fact that J. Cole is my favorite rapper of all time, but he's also a part of the industry. So he's no different. He knows what goes on in the industry. Kendrick Lamar, I think, is incredibly gifted. Yeah, I think he smoked Drake, but I also know Kendrick Lamar for what he is. He's not as conscious as people claim to be if you actually listen to his music. He said multiple blasphemous things that we've covered several times on this channel. He's done several blasphemous things throughout his career. I think he's a puppet as well. There are really no outliers in the music industry, not on this topic. And Doechii is no different. So despite her Adin Ross beef and who you think is right, who you think is wrong, I want to point out what's most important here. Who is Doechii? How did she get there? What message is she pushing? Who's her target audience? Which the answer is children, are young people who see the glamour and think that she's so rich and famous, not knowing what happens behind the scenes contractually And how Doechii may never talk about that until it's too late. And a lot of up and coming artists and just human beings in general that are super young will look at a Doechii and think that doing the same things that she did is the way to be successful in life, when they don't really show what goes on behind the scenes. So this is my argument, I think a pretty strong argument, to suggest the fact that Doechii is an industry plant whose sole purpose is to push destruction, to push ungodliness, to push promiscuity, to push everything the opposite of traditional. And she's doing just that, as expected. Hop in the comment section, give me your thoughts, let me know what you think. I'm Demetrius, I go by Doechii. Link to the merch store is in the description. Link to the Patreon is in the description. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.